Hello, friends. Welcome to my live. And if you happen to be watching later, welcome to the replay. I am glad that you're here this evening. If you happen to be looking for inexpensive DIY crafts and other home decor projects, you happen to be in the right place. Once you hop on, say hi in the comments. Tell me where you are watching from. I also want to let you know while you're hopping on that I'm using an online platform called StreamYard. So I'm actually live in 3 locations this evening. So I'm live on my Facebook business page. I'm live on my YouTube channel, and I'm also live in my private Facebook group. And I tell you that in case you hear me refer to a comment that you don't see in your feed. That person may be viewing and watching from another platform. Also, if you're watching from my private group, if you wouldn't mind clicking the permission link to give StreamYard permission to use your profile name and pic in my comments. That way you show up under your name and pic. Otherwise, you show up as Facebook user and I don't know who to say hi to. I see that Stacia is on. Welcome. And Jason is watching from the other side of the door. So welcome, friends. I'm going, like I said at the beginning, I'm going to be using some Couture products in the project this evening. Feel free to craft along with me if you have your own supplies or your own projects to work on. I kind of just lost my whole train of thought. I was going to say something and totally forgot. Make sure you spread the chalk love around Facebook or YouTube. Tag your crafty friends. Hit those like and heart buttons. And with that, I'm going to actually flip the camera. So I'm just grabbing my mouse. So tonight we are going to be playing with the tiered tray, the new tiered tray that came out in July, and the tiered tray accessory pack. So the accessory pack comes with a faux book stack. It comes with the cutest little miniature board and base. So you can either put your sign, just like the big guy. You can either put a portrait or landscape. Cute little thing. It comes with a little miniature box frame. It comes with a miniature little cutting board. And it comes with a miniature rolling pin. And then this is the tiered tray. It is, excuse me, it is sold separately. It is the same material that all of our wood cutouts are made from. So it comes with 2 round pieces, and it comes with the connector pieces, and it comes with instructions. And then we will be using definitely this pattern. This is the autumn tiered tray transfer, and this one is the autumn tiered tray patterns. And it took me forever to figure out what these are used for, but I have finally figured it out, and so I will show you how to use those. So let's get the instructions out. All it says, you start with tray 2, and then one of the legs, tray 1, and then the top. And it says install the plastic washer to the screw on the bottom of the tray before assembling. Which, okay, it's already on there. So I think you just unscrew the screw. And there's a plastic washer. Install the plastic washer to the screw on the bottom of the tray before assembling. So I'm wondering if one goes on the top and one goes on the bottom. Or if they both go on the bottom. Install the plastic washer to the screw. I think we'll put one on the bottom since it comes with 2 screws. So I'm just inserting it into the hole. It doesn't quite, there we go. And so then I'm just going to screw this piece on. And then I think here's another plastic washer. I think I'm just going to lay it, well, so I'm just going to hold it on the bottom. I'm going to put the screw through the top. This, who knows if this is how it even goes. I've kind of gotten out of the habit of watching other designers' videos, so I haven't seen very many people put this together. But that's how we're going to do it. And there we go. We have now, there is our cute little tiered tray. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. However, if you so choose to use these pieces, it looks like, I'm going to try not to lose that plastic washer. It looks, as I take this apart, I'm going to show you how to put the top on. So there is a registration mark on this size of transfer, on this transfer piece, and on this transfer piece. So you want to line up that middle registration mark with the hole in the tiered tray. And this is a silkscreen reusable transfer. I forgot my little spiel. It is sticky back. These are reusable about 8 to 12 times, depending on how well you take care of them. So I do want to write on the back side. What the transfer name is, or just the word back. That way when I go to clean this transfer and put it back on its backer sheet, I know that this side is the back, this side is the front. You'll also notice that there is a suggested cut line. And I don't cut my transfers apart. I don't cut the backer sheet apart. I just cut the transfer itself. So I just lift up a piece of the transfer and I just score down that line. And you can cut your transfers apart however you like. If you don't like this much green teal space, you can whack those 2 sides off. Whatever floats your boat. I'm not going to use this one tonight because I don't know if I want to put my transfers, I don't know if I want to put these patterns on, but if you're going to use this transfer, again, you line up this little round piece with the round hole of the tray, and then you would chalk this side of your tray with this pattern in whatever color you want. So you add your paste, peel it off, and then you turn your design around, and again, you use that hole to line up your pattern. And so you would do the same thing with this little registration mark, and you'd be good to go. But I don't know if I want to use that, so I'm going to skip to the good part, and we're going to put this back together. So then I'm just going to screw that back on there. It's a cute little tray, and let me give you, I didn't expect it to be as big as it is. It is almost 11 inches wide on the outer rim, and it's like 9.5 on the inset part. And the top part is roughly almost 8. And the inset is almost 7. So it's a pretty decent size tiered tray. Again, I wasn't expecting it to be that big. So let's put that to the side for just a little bit. And let's figure out what we want to put on these little pieces. So you'll also notice that this transfer comes with a lot of little phrases. So you have this little wagon, and you can keep the apples in it, or you can put pumpkins in it, or there's fall leaves and acorns, or you can put an apple pie in it. All of these longer words you can put on the rolling pin, and you could actually like put, cut this quarter into 4 sections and put sweater weather, cozy blankets, fall candles, autumn vibes, and then, every so often you could turn your rolling pin. The leaves are falling, autumn is calling would be perfect for this little sign. You could turn it this way and do pumpkin kisses and harvest wishes. You could do Thanksgiving blessings or give thanks on the little box frame. You've got your little cutting board. All sorts of little things that we can kind of play with. And again, this one has lots of suggested cut lines. But before we cut it, let's write the name on the back, Autumn Tiered Tray. And I would imagine that if they've come out with an autumn tiered tray, that they will most likely come out with a Christmas tiered tray transfer set that would go on the accessory pieces as well. So if you're going to purchase a tiered tray, I would purchase multiple sets of these, and then you can do them for the different holidays. You could do an evergreen set that just had everyday home pieces. So I'm just trying to pull this up so I can score it. Sometimes they're persistent. So again, I'm just going to place my transfer trimmers underneath, and I'm going to score. So I'm just going to keep scoring where I want to cut the transfer apart. Just disconnecting all these pieces. So how's everyone's week been? If you're in my neck of the woods, how are you enjoying this nice cooler weather? I never would have dreamed that 80 would be the new 60, but it is a godsend from the 106, 107, 110 degree temps we've been having. You're loving the weather, says Stacia. It has just been glorious. Okay. So I just need to cut these pieces, a few little pieces down here apart. Good grief. They're stubborn. And then for paste, I pulled out some of the colors that were in the palette, the fall palette pack. So I have Shimmer Harvest. I probably should get out Shimmer Olive, Pesto, Orange Peel, Shimmer Copper, Current Jam, and the new Rust color, which I just got in the other day. And let me show you what it looks like compared to, here's orange peel, here's papaya, and here's the new rust color. So it's a really good, it's a little bit more orange than the papaya. So if you didn't have papaya, you could certainly get away with rust. And this one is an in vogue color, so when it sells out, it sells out. Okie doke. What's that? I got gunk all over. Okay, I forgot we also have the book stack, so we can use some of these longer phrases on the book stack as well. Now that I look at it, sweater weather is actually just a skosh too long for the book stack, or for the rolling pin. So let's start with that. And you could do either side. So you could do this side fall, you could do this side evergreen, or you could do both of them fall with different sayings, because if you put it on your tiered tray like this and you can see both sides, then you might want to do opposite phrases on the back side. So let's start with sweater weather. And I'm just going to fuzz it a few times because I'm working with wood, with raw wood, painted wood. I'm not going to fuzz or not going to wax. I just kind of want to wing it and see what happens. I will experiment for you. And I can kind of see through the transfer, so I'm just really kind of eyeballing it. In the middle of the spine. So let's get this rust color out and see what it looks like. Very pretty color. So let's get, I'm just going to use this multi-tool because I don't need a very large squeegee. Just going to get a little bit of chalk paste. So Stacia, how'd the first day of school go for your clan? It's fun seeing all the pictures from out south today. My area started on last week, so it was fun seeing all the surrounding schools start today. So let's peel this off and see what we have. Oh. You know what? I don't particularly care for that. It ran quite a bit, so let's fix it while we can. Because it's still wet, as long as I can find a, let's get a wipe out. So I'm just going to clean that real quick. It did stain a little bit, but I'm not terribly worried. But I did not like the way that ran. She said, Stacia says football practice was long. Otherwise, he had a great day. Well, that's good. Okay, I'm just going to let that hang out over here for a little bit. I don't know what happened. So let's go on to the next section. Okay. I think we'll do cozy blankets next. Actually, I think I'm going to turn it over. Well, no, I'm not. So we'll do cozy blankets next. I don't know if maybe there was something on my towel. I didn't burnish it very well. I also, there's kind of a bad spot on my book stack right there. I bet that's what did it. So I'm trying to find my little sander. So let's give it a little bit of a sand. See if I can get that little boo-boo off. I think that might have been what. I'm going to go ahead and sand the other two just to get them a little smoother. Hopefully that helps. Okay, let's try that again. Get that been burnished. And let's get another multi-tool out. And let's use get a different one. That one's a little bit dry. This one is actually pomegranate, but it's very similar to currant jam. It's much better. So I'm just getting a little bit on my multi-tool. Give it another good burnish. Go ahead and wipe that off. See if I can use just a few tools tonight and not all of them. So let's peel that off and see what we're left with. Much better. Okay. I'm just going to spray that down while I'm waiting. So there's what cozy blankets looks like. We'll give that a good dry. So tell me in the comments what your favorite part of fall is. Or actually tell me what your top 3 favorites of fall are. Okay, we'll leave that to dry a little bit longer. Okay, let's get out fall candles right down here. So I'm just centering it, not only between these two, the top and the bottom, but side to side. That's good. And then we'll get out. Let's do Shimmer Harvest. And Jason says, anticipation of the holidays, cooler weather, and time with family. Stacia says, football, fall colors, and cool weather like 60 and 70 degrees. I would agree with all of those. I also like the cooler weather. I'm with Stacia about the fall colors. And I like the clothes because I'm a layerer. And so I can get away with more layers in the fall. don't know if you've ever noticed, but I rarely, if ever, wear a single like t-shirt. I always either have a vest or a cardigan or something on, so I can get away with layering more in the fall. I don't. Good gravy, Robin. Okay, so there's fall candles. Spray that one down. So there's that. And then let's bring back in sweater weather. And let's get some rust going again. So here we go. Much, much better. So there is our cute little book stack. So let's get that dry. Okay, so we'll set that right there in our cute little tier tray. So then let's move on to this cute little miniature box frame or board and base. Super cute. And so it's the same material as the black board and base. So it has that Couture gallery board surface. Actually, it's a boutique board surface. The Aiden boards, the fancy magnetic chalkboards, are the gallery boards. So let's give this a fuzz or two. Let's see. Cut just like the regular board and base. You are going to lose a tiny bit of the surface in that through that slot. So put your transfer in the sign, on the sign, while it's in the stand. That way you know exactly where it goes. Okay. Okay, so let's get out shimmer copper while we have it open. Let's just get them all out. Okay. Okie doke. So let's use, I'm going to get a new wipe out because I would love to just use one. Actually, let's use that one. I just want to use one multi-tool, so I may wash it as I go, just to show you how easy it is to clean up after yourself. So I just have a little bit of shimmer olive on my multi-tool. I'm going to do the word leaves from Leaves Are Falling, Autumn is Calling. This multi-tool is great. You get it kind of feels just like you're holding a pen or a pencil. Gives you a lot of leverage and a lot of control. Get you into those little small spaces. So I can put all the excess back in my jar. I'm going to wash that off. And then let's do Autumn in the Rust. I need to make sure I get all the areas, including the tip top of each letter and the very bottom. So I can put all that excess back in. Okay. And I have a little bit of work time because that shimmer olive is going to take a little bit of time to dry. Let's go in with pomegranate or currant jam, whichever one you have. Okay. And lastly, we'll do Shimmer Harvest on Is Calling. Hopefully that rust didn't dry. So let's peel that off. Perfect. So there's what that sign looks like. Leaves are falling, autumn is calling. And then let's put let's dry this real quick. That's what this one looks like in here. And you could paint this little base. You could paint it white. You could find some little leaf transfers and chalk that. Jason says he loves those colors. And again, remember, we can also do the back side. I'll just sit that right there for now. Let's bring in our box frame. I think let's do just thinking here. I think we'll do the give thanks in there. So stinking cute. Just a little miniature box frame. So let's go with, just so we can get a lot of use out of it, let's just keep using this rust color. It's a very pretty color. So again, I'm going in with the multi-tool. How's everybody doing out there? So there is the word thanks. I think we'll go in with the pomegranate or currant jam. Oops, about put that in the wrong color. This one did bleed a little bit. Sometimes the box frames do that. I probably should have given it a little bit of a sand. I would probably do the same thing I did with the book stack and just give it a light sand. Or you could probably wax. The thanks isn't too bad. It's the word give that bled the most. But I had a black chalk marker, which I don't. I would just probably go around. I just would probably mark over it with a black chalk marker. Oh, nope, that's a Sharpie. I don't want to use that. But let's see if this detail tool will. Nope. What I could also do is let's see, it's probably all dried up. Yep. There was a color that we used to have. I have so many old colors. There used to be a color that matched the background of the box frame. It's not quite this one. This one is fawn. So you could take, even if you had some like acrylic paint, you could try to mix up a color that looks like the background. This might be a bit too creamy. And just take a really small paintbrush and just paint it in. Just to kind of cover up some of those. Nope. If you were terribly worried about it. That is not perfect. And I have too many paste colors. That is what we learned from that. So not perfect, but it gives you the idea. So there's that. Okay, next let's move on to the clipboard. And again, this one is a two-sided surface. I'm going to wax this one. I learned my lesson. So I'm just using a little bit of the surface wax and the wax applicator. And this will just help kind of seal off my surface. It'll kind of get into all of those little ridges and nooks and crannies. And should keep my wax from bleeding, but if it does bleed, it'll be a little easier to fix. It's definitely smoother. So let's use Pumpkin Kisses and Harvest Wishes. Fuzz it a few times. Burnish it really well. Let's just use, we'll use Rest for the pumpkin word. And then Pumpkin and Kisses. We'll do green for the ampersand and the little lines. Of course, we have to use the shimmer harvest for the word harvest. And follow it up with copper. An oldie but a goodie. And I've only used one squeegee this evening. Let's get that dried. Kind of hard to see. So there is Pumpkin Wishes and Harvest. Pumpkin Kisses and Harvest Wishes. It's a little hard to see in camera. And then my N, I'm having luck with my paste this evening. But because I waxed, I am able to use the pointed end of the detail tool to kind of scrape part of that run away. It was in my N. So this would look really cute with some baker's twine or jute twine tied around the handle. You could even add a little beaded tassel off the end with some smaller wood beads. So then last but not least, and I have a mess. We have the rolling pin. So let's put autumn vibes on that. Let's get my little, just going to give it a quick little sand. It was kind of shiny and glossy. So let's give it a little bit of a sand. Even out the, Jason says this is such a fun project. So many little things, lots of little things. I need to get a few more of these little sets because it would be really cute to make something with the Home Sweet Home monthly transfer. That cute little house and all the little sayings. And then you could add the Home Sweet Home month club transfer with this little home right here would look really cute. So I'm going to do the pomegranate currant jam. My rust is the one that keeps bleeding so badly, so it may be a little thin. I don't know. I'll have to play with it some more. Woo. I'm going to put a multi-tool there so that little booger doesn't roll away. So there's autumn. And let's do Shimmer Harvest for the vibes. So if you guys do any tiered trays, you need to post them on you're welcome to post them in the group or tag me. If you post them on Facebook, I would love to see your tiered trays that you make with these products. Let's get that dried. There's our cute little rolling pin, little autumn vibes. And you could do something on the back side because when it sits like this, then the people, that if you can see the rolling pin from the back, it's going to be blank. So it would be really cute to put something on the back as well. And my tools are all clean. Let's put the lids on these. I actually only used one multi-tool tonight. That's probably a record. Super easy to clean as you go. Jason says that rolling pin is adorable. Well, thank you. So let's put these to the side. I didn't use pesto or excuse me, orange peel, but put those back away. Okay, so let me show you how easy it is to clean the transfers. I've actually had them sitting over here on a towel, and I did spray them with some water while they were sitting here, so I didn't allow the paste to dry. So we're just going to flop them all in there. So the paste is still wet, which makes it easier to clean. Let's fold my towel to where that part is dry. Excuse me. And then I'm getting out a disinfecting wipe, and I'm getting out a board eraser. So you just need a water source, whether that be a spray bottle, a tub like this, an actual sink, and the transfers just clean up with water. So I have a board eraser here, and it's about the easiest way to clean your transfers. So you just wet your board eraser, and then you just wipe off the paste front and back of each piece. So the board erasers not only clean your boards, they're great for your transfers. I suggest every time you place an order, just add on a couple of packs of 1 or 2 packs of board erasers. They are a 2-pack for $2.99. And I just use them until they disintegrate. So I'm just placing them sticky side up on my towel. Here's the first one we did. Oops, a couple more. Okie dokes. Let's put that away. Don't spill it. So then I'm just going to take my, I have a disinfecting wipe, and I'm just going to wipe down the back. That helps to get some of that lint off that we put on. And then you can leave them sticky side up to dry on your towel. But because I have a tendency to forget, I just automatically put them back on my backer sheet. But you can leave them sticky side up. They dry about 5-10 minutes. But I kind of think they're easier to put away, excuse me, when they're still slightly damp. And don't worry if some of your transfers get stained. Like this one's has a bit of an orange color to it. It'll still work as long as your silk screen is clean. just like that. A little, just barely under an hour, and we are all cleaned up. All I have to do is put my paste away, which probably won't happen till Sunday. Let's bring in, so we have our rolling pin, our cute little sign, well, here, let's do it another way. Let's put it this way, and I'll bring everything in this way so you can see the top. So here's our cute little leaves. Leaves are falling. Autumn is calling. We have our cute little rolling pin. It says Autumn Vibes. We have our cutting board, Pumpkin Kisses and Harvest Wishes. We have our cute little Give Thanks. And then we have our little faux, sorry, it kind of gets washed out, a faux book stack. It's a little better. It says Sweater Weather, Cozy Blankets, and Fall Candles, but you can't see the bottom one very well. So let's, I'm just kind of, you're not going to be able to see everything, but actually, let's put that up here. Oopsie. So I just, yeah, easier said than done. I'll just hold on to that. So that's kind of what we have. It's not, definitely not staged, but this is what the tier tray looks like. Super cute. I did put the cart link in the description of the video on Facebook and YouTube, so check that out. As always, you can add or delete as needed. I don't think I'm going to be live again this week. I'm supposed to have a quick vendor event on Saturday at Camp Webster, but I don't know yet. So I probably won't be live again until either Sunday or Monday. Just keep checking my Facebook page, and I will post my schedule there. I do appreciate you watching this evening, and I will see you later. Thanks for watching.